Hey, it's me, that middle-aged fluffball in your cage. Today let's not talk about life and death or sad things. Let's talk about something lighter. How to tell me apart from the other half of the hamster world. You might think that's a silly question. Isn't it simple? Just flip us over and see if there are tater tots? Well, yes, but it's a lot more than that. Today I'm going to tell you from a male hamster's point of view what the real differences are between a boy and a girl hamster. Not to get you into breeding, just to help you understand us better. First, the most obvious difference, body size. For us Syrian hamsters, males are bigger than females. When I'm fully grown, I'm about 6 to 7 inches long. Females are around 5 to 6 inches. In weight, I can get to 5 or 6 ounces, while a female is usually around 4 ounces. It's not that she eats less, she was born with a smaller frame. If you've kept a male and a female together, the difference is very clear. I look like a chubby middle-aged guy, and she looks like a dainty little lady. But for dwarf hamsters, it's the opposite. In some dwarf species, the female is actually a bit larger than the male, so don't assume the same rule applies to everyone.
Second difference, and the easiest to spot, the back end. A male hamster's rear end. How should I put it? Round, full, fluffy, and the two tater tots are very obvious, especially after adulthood. They look like two little balloons hanging behind my bottom. In hot weather, they hang even lower, you can't miss them. When we're young, it's not so clear. But after about 6 to 8 weeks, a male's behind starts to stand out. A female's rear end is pointier and more compact. The distance between her anus and genital opening is very short, almost right next to each other. On a male, the distance is longer, with the tater tots in between. If you flip a female over, the area below looks like an exclamation mark, the urinary opening above, the anus below, nothing in between. A male looks like a colon, 2 dots, one above the other, with space in between. Third difference, scent glands. A male's scent glands are much more active than a female's. On the sides of my body, just above my hips, there are small dark spots, those are scent glands. I rub them on everything, the cage, the wheel, your hand. Not because I'm being a pest, but because I'm marking my territory. Females have scent glands too, but they rarely use them. Males use them almost every day, so if you notice your hamster rubbing against things a lot, especially as an adult, it's probably a male. Fourth difference, personality. This gap is huge. Male hamsters are generally lazier, more docile, more laid back. I sleep deeply during the day, run on my wheel at night, eat a bit, dig a bit, then go back to sleep. I don't really care whether you pet me or not. If you pet me, I'll lie there. If you don't, I'll play by myself. I don't get easily upset. I rarely hiss. I'm not likely to bite. Sure, individuals vary, but overall, male hamsters are the couch potato type. Females are completely different. They have endless energy, are highly alert, and have extremely strong territorial instincts. A female hamster will spend a huge amount of time patrolling every inch of her cage, sorting her food into different hiding spots, and arranging the bedding exactly how she likes it. When you reach in, she'll first perk up her ears, stare at you for 2 seconds, and then decide whether to come sniff you or turn away. She doesn't trust just anyone. Let me tell you a true story. A female hamster I know, named Sunflower, has an owner who rearranges the cage every week. After each rearrangement, Sunflower spends 3 full days putting everything back, moving her house to the spot she wants, pushing bedding from left to right, picking out every single sunflower seed from her bowl and hiding them separately. I asked her, "Aren't you tired?" She said, "This is my home. I have to be in control of everything. And me, a male, when the cage is rearranged, I just run 2 laps around the new setup, sniff a little, then go straight to my wheel. I don't care. Whoever wants to be in charge, be my guest." Fifth difference, aggression. Females are noticeably more aggressive than males. Not because they're mean, it's instinct. In the wild, a female raises her babies alone and must protect them from any threat, including males. So if you put a male into a female's cage, chances are she will bite him badly. Unless she is in heat, during those few days she might tolerate him for a while. But once heat is over, the biting comes back. Males fight with each other too. But if they grow up together, some can coexist peacefully. Females together? Almost impossible. Put 2 adult females in one cage, and chances are you'll find one dead so if you keep a female, be extra careful. She doesn't want a roommate, she wants her own territory. Males are relatively more tolerant of each other. I can sniff another male through the bars without hissing. Of course, you still shouldn't house them together, but at least I'm not as explosive. Sixth difference, the heat cycle. Females go into heat about every 4 days, with each heat lasting several hours to a full day. When she's in heat, she becomes very restless. Running around non-stop, raising her tail, lowering her body, sometimes making a didid sound. If you touch her back, she'll freeze and lift her tail even higher. That's not her liking you, that's her preparing to mate. The smell of a female in heat is also very strong. A male can smell it from 3 rooms away. Males don't have a heat cycle. We are ready whenever. As long as a female is nearby, I'll start purring and rubbing my scent everywhere. But don't worry, a male won't get backed up if he doesn't mate. We don't work that way, we're just more easygoing. Seventh difference, health concerns. Females are more prone to reproductive diseases than males, especially uterine infection and mammary tumors. An unspayed female, as she gets older, has a significant chance of developing these problems. Symptoms may include a swollen belly, discharge, lethargy, loss of appetite. If you keep a female, you should be especially watchful for any unusual enlargement of her abdomen. Males have fewer issues. The main age-related problem is possible prostate issues, but it's much less common than the problems females face. Also, a female in heat might release a small amount of white or clear discharge. It's usually very little and not smelly. But if the discharge turns yellow or green and smells bad, that's time for a vet visit. Eighth difference, urine smell. Male hamster urine is stronger and smells more intense, especially in adult males. The urine has more hormones and can smell like, well, a very strong cheese. If you clean the cage every day, it's fine, but if you get lazy, a male's cage will stink much faster than a female's. Female urine is much milder and less noticeable. Ninth difference, attitude toward you. Males generally warm up to you more easily. I might start taking treats from your hand in a week or 2, and be comfortable enough to lie in your hand in a month. Females take longer, 3 weeks, or even a month before they dare to come near you. And even then, she will always keep a little bit of alertness. She won't flop over with her belly fully exposed in your hand the way a male might. Not because she doesn't love you, but because her genes tell her to always leave herself an escape route. If you don't have patience, a female might make you feel like she doesn't like me, but she's just slow to warm up. If you stick with it, same time every day, same hand, same gentle motion, offering a treat, after 3 months she will climb into your palm. But she won't lie down like a male. She'll sit up and groom, always ready to jump off if danger appears. That's not lack of trust. That's her factory setting. 10th difference, and the last one, how they handle trouble. When a male encounters a problem, first freeze, then try to run. If he can't run, he'll squeak. If squeaking doesn't work, he might bite. A male's process is linear and fairly predictable. When a female encounters a problem, she bites first, not because she's unreasonable, but because her survival strategy doesn't include wait and see what happens. In the wild, a female can't afford to gamble that a threat might be friendly. So if your female hamster suddenly bites you, don't think she's holding a grudge. She's just following her survival manual. After all these differences, you might be wondering, so should I get a male or a female? The answer is simple. It depends on your personality. If you want a lazy, chubby couch potato hamster that will flop over when you pet it, a male is for you. If you want a clever, strong, willed little queen who will take time to trust you but will be fiercely loyal once she does, a female is for you. A male is like a roommate. A female is like a boss. A male is like a cat. No, the other way. A male is like a dog. Not exactly. A male is like a middle-aged man who eats a lot and sleeps a lot. A female is like a tiny general constantly preparing for war. Neither is better or worse. They're just different. I'm a male. I like curling up in my hideout and ignoring everyone. But that female hamster I mentioned, Sunflower, her owner says every time she changes the bedding, Sunflower runs over to pick out the softest pieces of paper, like she's renovating her apartment. I can't say which is better. I can only say whichever you choose. You have to accept both the perks and the annoyances. Zone, last question for you. Do you want your hamster to lie around waiting for you to pet him every day? Or do you want her to be busy digging, hoarding food, and running her little cage kingdom. Think it over before you go to the pet store. Don't bring one home just because its fur is pretty. It will spend 2 years with you. You should spend a couple of hours understanding it. Male or female, both deserve to be loved well. The love just looks a little different.